Hey guys, what's going on? It is Ash here coming at you today in Clash of Clans. Today we're going to be talking about the state of Clash of Clans, and a lot of you guys have been asking me almost every single Clash Royale upload, where's the Clash of Clans? Where's the Clash of Clans, Ash? And I just want to be totally honest with you guys. I don't want to just go in the dark and say, I love the game, I'm playing it every day, 5 hours a day, but I'm just so into Royale right now. The truth is first of all, I'm not hitting on the game. The game is not dead, so don't take it that way. This is not a rant video. This is a constructive criticism video. So I'm just not playing that often anymore. For me, Clash of Clans is getting a bit stale. I hate using the S word, but it's just the truth. And maybe that's more me. It's not you, Clash, it's me. Maybe it's more symptomatic of me just playing the game for almost 5 years now. And you know what? You've kind of done it all. I'm not going to trophy push. I don't want to trophy push with the semi-broken trophy pushing system right now. It's never been addressed in the entire 4 to 5 years of the game. I don't think it will be addressed as far as the waiting, having to be on 24 hours a day to make the top leaderboards in the game. I never thought that was an ideal system, although I understand that it does work to a sense. I mean, it is a system, albeit a very flawed one. So what I want to do is just kind of take a step back and just throw out some ideas. I asked my clanmates actually for a bunch of ideas. Actually, first of all, I asked them, guys, how are you feeling about the game? I didn't lead them in any direction here. I said, are you guys playing a lot now? Are you hot? Are you cold? Are you lukewarm? How do you feel about Clash of Clans? And the majority of them, not everybody, but the majority said lukewarm to cold right now. And a lot of people are starting to play Clash Royale even more, especially since the Clash Royale team is doing such a great job with these live events and live streams all the time and just really ramping up the competition. Just as a recent example, you had the King's Cup, which coincided with a King's Cup event in the game where they provided you with one of 5 decks to try to complete a challenge. Now, I think that would be really fun and pretty basic. I'm not a game designer, but I don't see why they can't add a few maps in the game and give you a challenge. Maybe you have a set amount of time to try to 3-star that base, and if you do, you get a reward. If not, you get a reward based on the percentage or the stars you did based on either your town hall level or your league level or whatever, I mean, there's a million different ideas. I could spend an hour literally just talking about tons and tons of ideas that you could add with special events or challenges inside the game. This could also coincide with additional single-player maps. Have you guys heard that one before? I mean, this has been a common request of the community for a long time, and I don't think they're coming, guys. Now, I don't think that single-player maps are the solution to the staleness that I talk about. Again, only for me, guys, not saying that it should be stale for you. If you enjoy the game, by all means, keep enjoying it and hope that it doesn't change because you're enjoying it. But for me, I want something else to make me super excited to log in to Clash of Clans. So what are the actual real things? I mean, single player maps are one thing. Sure, it's great. It's great for the casual player. But, I'm thinking more of like challenges or daily challenges, new maps every day, stuff like that is really what I'm talking about when I mention the single player maps, not just Goblin Village, map number 51. So beyond that, though, I think there's two main things in my head right now that are preventing me from really super enjoying the game right now. Number 1 is Town Hall 11 balancing, and number 2 is friendly challenges / friendly wars. And the big third thing is that I want a new feature. I've been saying that for a long time. And who am I? Again, I don't think that I should get everything that I want, but this is just what I would like to see. I'd like to see borrow something from Boom Beach where they have their task force in Boom Beach and they almost do like an MMO raid against a huge super village. Now, I remember Tate from One Hive mentioned that about 2 years ago. I think that would be so amazingly cool to have a bunch of people attacking the same super base space, why not add a feature like that? That would be so cool in this game. That would be amazing. But anyway, the other two issues that are a little bit more practical, at least for the time being. Number one is balancing. Town Hall 11, I know most of you probably aren't Town Hall 11 who are listening in, but I'm Town Hall 11, so I'm going to start there. I think it's flat out way too hard right now, and part of that kind of ties into the whole balancing thing, and I just don't know why when they buff or nerf something. So first of all, I love the idea that they constantly tweak the balancing in the game. I like that they buff things. I like that they nerf things. I like that their overall mission totally makes sense to me, and that is to get the underused troops up a little bit and take the overused troops and get them down a notch or two. But the thing is, at least in my eyes, is they always overkill or overbuff everything. So witches went from amazing to useless. Bowlers went from useless to amazing to useless to amazing. Hogs went from, well, hogs have always been kind of amazing, but not at Town Hall 10 and 11. And then miners went from being okay to amazing to back to kind of useless. Now, I don't know. I mean, obviously, they're very smart people. They understand balancing, but I don't understand why they add defensive levels to, mortars, Expo, cannons, Archer Tower, Teslas. They add so many defensive levels, and then they still feel the need to add an additional nerf to the actual unit. You guys know, who have been watching me for a long time, I've always advocated for indirect nerfs, meaning if you don't like ground right now, if ground's too strong, just go ahead and buff up those Archer Towers, add a new level, or just buff their stats, and there you go. Air will start to, slowly but surely rear its head into the meta again. I mean, that's really basic stuff, and it just seems like they always get into a position where things just feel off to me, I mean, I don't want everything to be an easy 3-star, and I'm okay with Town Hall 11 being the most difficult Town Hall level in the game. I think that's how it ought to be, so I'm totally okay with that. I just don't like that there's a cliff after Town Hall 9. I mean, the lifers at Town Hall 9 still don't have much of a reason to ever upgrade to Town Hall 10. That's been a problem ever since Town Hall 11 was introduced to the game, and to me, it doesn't have to be a problem. So those are my thoughts on balancing. I just think that, how difficult should it be to balance a game where there's, a dozen structures and a dozen troops that are used in war? I just don't understand how it's so much of an issue, time and time again. Again, they have the stats, they have the numbers. Maybe they're just happy with how the game is. Maybe I'm looking at it the wrong way. Maybe they like the balancing right now, and it's just me, players like me, and some of my clanmates who are frustrated, who just have to learn to adjust. That could be the case, and if that's the case, then we'll have to just do our best. That's what we're doing right now, but I felt like I should at least voice my opinion on it. And last but not least, it's really friendly challenges and friendly wars. Now, I love that they added an arranged war option. You look at what Powerbang's doing, and all those guys over there with the CFL. That's an amazing event. I'll go ahead and link that YouTube channel for you guys as well, and it's so great to see that community thriving and going strong in that regard. However, for the more casual player, Arranged Wars, not sure it's seeing a lot of life to the more casual player. Beyond that, friendly challenges, the whole system is still incredibly clunky and arduous. I mean, if you want to go ahead and have an arranged war, a friendly challenge with somebody, you have to make sure they're on, you have to make sure your troops are all set, you have to gem up your troops before they're offline, you have to make sure your heroes are awake and available. I mean, there's just so many hurdles just to have a nice friendly challenge. There's really should be an option where you can just go ahead and face any of the bases that your opponents have. That you can set a war base, for example, and you can just kind of like the sandboxers used to do it, or kind of still do it, or whatever. You can just face your opponent's base right there. They don't have to be on all the time. Maybe there just needs to be a new tab instead of the chat tab, where you can see all your friendly challenges available. People can post a base up there, and maybe they don't go away for a couple hours, and you can just take your time and hit whenever you're ready. You can tweak your army. Maybe like 3 hours makes sense. So you post a challenge to this new tab. your base stays there for 3 hours, all your clanmates can take turns hitting it, and maybe there's a separate little log that just shows, maybe not all the replays, but it just shows all the results of everybody hitting it in case you want to come back and maybe see how a new base that you're testing defensively did against your clanmates. It's really a win-win, and it seems pretty simple, and it seems like it would really benefit everybody. So those are the reasons I'm not playing or covering Clash of Clans as much as I used to. I want to be clear here, I'm not quitting the game, nor do I plan to. I'm still logging on, but you know what, to be truthful with you guys, a lot of it's just to see my clanmates, people who I've been with for years and years, and people who keep me coming back to the game, even during times where it does feel a little stale for me. So what do you guys think? I assume because you're watching all the way to the end of a Clash of Clans video that you are passionate about the game as well. And, you know, any ideas to help me kind of get back into the swing of things? Give me some ideas. Give me some tips. Maybe, like I said, maybe it's not you, it's me type of situation here. So guys, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And as always, take care, guys.